Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be a community update for January 8th, 2020, so let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, one thing I want to talk about is right now it kind of feels like Raid Shadow Legends is a little bit slow. There hasn't really been a whole lot of news from Plarium. They are not posting announcements in their official Discord. There's not a whole lot coming from them in terms of updates and changes to the game. The reason for this is they are kind of on holiday break right now. Their Christmas season seems to be a little bit different than, America, for instance. I guess that's all I can really speak on. But yeah, from what I've heard from like the community managers and people that are posting things on Plarium is that they have a pretty sparse staff for the last week or so. A lot of employees are on holiday break, and that is why we're not really getting a whole lot of news and updates and future content teasers and stuff coming in the game. So they should be back within the next couple days here, back to regularly scheduled work, and hopefully at that point we get some sort of an update or clarification in like an in-game news post on what's coming up and what they're working on, and kind of some teasers for what we can expect. And hopefully January will be a good month. I do expect, when most of the employees to get back, the snow will probably go away, maybe take down the Yule tree. I wasn't playing last year, so I don't know exactly when they change the aesthetics back to normal, but it'll probably come down somewhat soon here. Okay, so the big things to go over in the game right now is we currently have an arena assault event going on that ends in like 2.5 days. This one seems a little bit tougher than the previous arena assault events that were some of the easiest events they've put out in a while. This one seems not quite so easy, so maybe not as free to play friendly, but you can't really go wrong fighting in the arena and progressing your Great Hall. So don't worry too hard about completing it all, but just use it as kind of free rewards. Then the champion training event going on. This is the famous one that takes like 25 days. It's a pretty good event. It's pretty easy to complete as long as you're active and playing on a daily basis, focusing on getting some XP and leveling up some champions. Most of you should be able to complete this. And in terms of where you should be right now, you're going to want to be at about the energy right here to feel good about where you're at, because you can complete about 1 block a day. We've got like 12 days left. So if you were right here, you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this, you're going to be, you're going to want to be somewhere about with like the 10 XP brews. You see how this goes 5, 8, 10. You're going to want to be somewhere in this row, ideally. I'm kind of halfway through it, so I'm in a good spot and should be able to complete it just fine. If you're back here at like the 75,000 silver or 20 gems or whatever, you should be able to complete it. You're just going to have to kind of get on your horse maybe a little bit and get after that 225 points a day to make sure you're going to be all right. Okay, so then we go into the tournament section, and they've been kind of slamming out some tournaments. The one going on right now is the Spider tournament. And if you're curious, I can only speak to Spider 20, but it takes about 150 runs or like 2,400 energy to get these rewards on the right. And then if you do that, you should be set up in a pretty decent spot to get some sort of a reward over here. Admittedly, the rewards aren't that great, but at least they're a full set. I really dislike it when they do these, 4-piece artifact sets. They really need to make these a 6-star set to reward people for spending thousands of energy, because even when you give out 6 pieces, odds are you're only going to get like 1 good piece out of that 6, 1 maybe 2. So they really need to keep with sticking those at 6. And I wasn't really treating it as something I was going to get in a whale war on. I just kind of spent my energy. I was in a position where I needed to grind the Spider anyway. The Spider is probably the second best dungeon in the game to grind, right behind the Dragon. Dragon being number 1 because of speed and lifesteal, and then Spider number 2 because obviously we all need good jewelry on every champion, and it's very tough to target it because it drops in different factions. So the Spider is one you're really going to have to grind a ton in the end game, similar to the Dragon. But yeah, the rewards are pretty meh for 2,500 energy or whatever it's going to cost you. But my attitude is anytime I can get a book and it's realistic to do so, I'm gonna get it. Like in terms of an epic or legendary, I don't care about rares anymore, but if I can get an epic or legendary book, I'm typically gonna go for it if it's realistic to do so, especially if it's something I need to do anyway, like the Spider. The one starting tomorrow is going to be the Ice Golem tournament. Now I'll pull up the Ice Golem, and the Ice Golem is probably one of the most consistent dungeons to grind in terms of how much of the gear is really useful, because life, offense, defense, and crit rate kind of make up the backbone of your mid-game gear. You can't really go wrong getting those 4 sets. You'll be able to slot them in on champions and make use of them. And then you can even make use of resistance, retaliation, and reflex. Of those 3, reflex is probably the most used, then retaliation, and then resistance is typically for like a spider tank or something in the arena, like a defensive team or something. And then cursed and taunting aren't really used a ton, but you know, I could see a certain build where it might be useful to do like taunting and stuff for some like CC on somebody. But yeah, it's mainly for the life, offense, defense, crit rate, retaliation, and reflex. So a pretty generally useful dungeon to grind. So definitely it'll probably be structured somewhat similar to the spider, but yeah, I would do the same thing. Grind it for what you can, but don't, you know, murder yourself trying to finish #1 in the world or anything. Just kind of, you can't go wrong farming gear, especially if you're more towards the end game. So that's kind of my take on the Golem event. And we finally got some good offers coming through the shop. It's been a really long time. The offers have felt kind of lackluster for the last week or two. We went through a stretch there during the Tournament Fusion where we were getting some really good offers, and it was an exciting time because every day you'd open up your shop, and on my calculator there was something that was grading out as like a 2.1, 2.2, and I was like, wow, like they're showering us during the holiday season with some good offers. Then after that, I think maybe it's because a lot of them are off work or gone for holiday vacation or whatever, and someone isn't like maybe manually setting these offers and kind of looking over things. But yeah, the offers have been really lackluster. But then today, all of a sudden, some good ones came through, so I'm gonna, you know, start on the left and go over them. Both of these are very good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and plug them in here for the video, and we'll see exactly how they grade out. So this one is $9.99, and we're gonna get 9 ancients, 275,000 silver, 450 gems. All right, so this comes out as a 2.77. This is an insane offer. Very good. This is the type of offer that I'm looking to buy personally. We've got the upside gambling value and entertainment of pulling 9 shards. We get a little bit of guaranteed value in the 450 gems and 275,000 silver. So yeah, I recommend this offer. It's one of the better ones you're going to get from Plarium probably. And then let's slot over here to the Void one. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but obviously Void shards are a lot more valuable. We get 350. And we get 350 gems. Oh, and I gotta change this to voids. All right, so yeah, this one probably not quite as good, but some of you out there, remember you can download my offer sheet and customize it to what you like. It's tough for me to grade void shards as like worth $6 or $7 retail value a piece. I've got them at 5.1. I feel like that's pretty generous. This offer comes out as a 1.81. I typically don't consider offers until they hit that 1.9 excellent range, and I'm really not excited about buying them until they're over 2.0. Like the first one here, the one on the left, this one is the type of one I would consider. So of these two, I'm definitely going to go with the one on the left here. It's a lot cheaper, a lot more, you know, guaranteed baked in value there. The Conqueror pack, I always rant, if you watch my videos, I always rant how I want the $5 Conqueror packs to come back. I always get the $10 ones, and they went ahead, I haven't been spending that much money on raid, but they went ahead and said, you know, screw what you want, we're going to give you the $15 one instead of the $5 one just because you were complaining. So now I get the $15 one, and obviously if I don't buy the $10 one, I'm probably not going to recommend the $15 one. It is actually decent value. The pack itself isn't that terrible. It's just they kind of spoiled me with the $5 pack, and I really want that one to come back because it was really nice, consistent, great haul, energy, shard, you know, progression over time for your account, and it was a good gesture to have that kind of cheap pack in terms of when you have days that you can be pretty active and play a lot. So I'm trying to lay off buying these until I can get back to that $5 offer. 6-star artifact pack. We've got crit rate. It's a full 6-star epic set of crit rate for $25. It's an okay set. 6-star epic crit rate. That's okay. $25 is a little steep. I would pay like 15 for this maybe. It would need to have some gems to incentivize me to get, because again, remember with stuff like this, 1 or 2 of these is going to be usable, and 3 or 4 of them, maybe even 5, are going to be garbage. So it's a little bit steep to take that gamble. Unless you're like a whale, then by all means go ahead and gamble on the gear. Alright, so this pack looks like it's going to be really good. I haven't plugged this one in yet. Let's go ahead. This is my kind of pack. We've got energy, gems, and shards to gamble on. So this is the type of pack that I like and I'm usually interested in buying. Because remember, it's all about consistent progression over time for your account. It all adds up as you go. Let's go here. Energy 1500. It's a pretty decent amount, pretty close to enough to fully Minotaur grind a character. That takes about 2200. Gems, we've got 1300. Voids are going to be 0. And then we've got 15 ancients. And we're going to go down to sacred of 2. All right, perfect. This is my kind of offer. I kind of thought it was just by a first glance. We got a 2.25 with some upside on shards, some guaranteed energy and gems for consistent account progression and upside. So this is the kind of offer that I recommend. It is $50, so obviously it's expensive, and you know, many of us out there aren't looking to spend $50 on the game. But in terms of what Plarium offers, in terms of the stuff that you can expect to be offered to you, this is one of the best ones you're gonna get. All right, let's go to this one. First impressions, this one's also going to be very good. So this one, well, first of all, let's go. The bonus offer pack, we have time to think about. This one, I got to buy them at night. So I'm going to really have to decide if I want to spend this $50 to get after this. Gosh, I probably will, but it's tough to spend $50. I really like to watch my budget and be disciplined on what I spend. But I'll probably end up scooping this one up, and then I'll wait on this one a few weeks and kind of see how my spending goes. But let's plug it in. The other one was 2.25. This one is $29.99 and 1,000 energy and 800. And then no silver. Ancients are 5. Interesting. Voids are 3. Sacreds are 1. Okay, so wow, a 2.43, but, you know, this one doesn't expire, so I'm going to wait on this. I'm going to see kind of how my spending habits go and what comes through the shop. This, again, is a very good offer. It's got the same thing. It's got the upside and the split of energy and gems for guaranteed account progression. So, those two last offers are ones that I'm typically looking to scoop up. I'll probably buy this one, I'll probably buy this one and this one. Obviously, that's $60. It's a lot to spend. I'm going to have to take it easy for a week or two. You know, I don't like to let my spending get too out of control here. But these two, the one on the left here with the Ancient Shards, the $10 one, and this special pack here are probably the two I'm going to look at buying today. The bonus offer pack, we're definitely going to keep an eye on because it's a very good offer. So, yeah. Hey, it's fun to do a community update again. I did it because we've got tournaments and new offers coming through that are actually worth looking at and diving into. So, it was fun to get another one of these out. Sorry, it's been a couple days since a community update, but admittedly, Raid is kind of slow right now because of reasons that I was talking about at the start of the video. So, yeah. As always, let me know what you think down in the comments, and thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.